Hey, welcome back to the channel. So, strike has been averted. The game is going to go ahead on Saturday, and it's now my most highly anticipated game this weekend. It was Ireland's game, now it's Wales-England. From a Welsh point of view, as it should be. And it's amazing what you can do when all parties are at the table negotiating, and they seem to have ironed out a lot of the issues that were causing concerns to the players. And I think that was a major issue that the players had, was that they hadn't been included in discussions. Bear in mind, these discussions have been going on for 18 months, I think, since the initial funding bill had been proposed, and in all of those 18 months the players were never consulted, and I think that was the final straw. And kudos to the Welsh players for actually standing up for themselves and hitting the parties involved where they most hurt, which was the payday for the international on Saturday, England versus Wales. There's no doubt in my mind that the PRB had put the squeeze on the Welsh players, and they dragged the kind of contract signing out to the extent where they put the players under pressure to sign. That was obviously a negotiating tactic, and I'm proud actually of the Welsh players for standing up for themselves and threatening to go on strike. And people have got to remember that it wasn't just the game, it was publicity, it was other contracts, other revenue streams that they had boycotted, to a certain extent, while maintaining their dignity. And I think the players could be proud of themselves for that. And when you look into the financial affairs of the WIU and the PRB and everyone involved in this situation, it's like, oh boy, what a tangled web we weave. It's unbelievable. Machiavellian on a grand scale. So, yeah, what I think the strike action really represents, and I think a lot of players around the world will take it as what it is the players standing up for themselves. Since the professional era has dawned, a lot of players have been left by the wayside, and I think that's happened a lot in Wales. The region system has never worked from its inception, but powers that be decided that it had to happen, and there was a lot of controversy in Wales at the time about the implementation of the region system, and 20 years later, 30 years later, it's not looking good. Now they're talking about cutting the regions from 4 to 3, and that just means like less players coming through. So there's a symptomatic, I think, problem with rugby in Wales in general, and that's that the players, the issues that players face are not taken into consideration. And I think that this maybe is a watershed moment. Hopefully we will have to go to this extent again, but yeah, as I said before, I'm proud of the players, and I think they've done the right thing. It's almost difficult now to talk about the Wales-England game in isolation, but I know Wales are going to have a lot to play for. The players are definitely going to want to hold their heads high when they come off that pitch on Saturday, and the England players have a lot to prove as well. They've got the new coach, Steve Borthwick, and so like my attention is firmly fixed on that the result of that game and how both teams play. But it's going to be a hell of a game, I think, like a classic. And it could be a watershed moment for positive change in Welsh rugby, or it could be a death knell. And I don't think that Welsh rugby will disappear, but the mismanagement and the the kind of attitude that the WRU and now the what's it called, the PRB has had is not going to stand. It can't. And I think I'm proud of the senior players for standing up, and they're not just standing up for themselves. They're standing up for your average club player in Wales. But yeah, let's see what happens. I expect it to be a hell of a game. So I hope it doesn't disappoint us. I'm sure it won't. And there are other games as well this weekend. So it's going to be another cracking weekend of Six Nations Rugby sans strike. All right.